here, and then we are going to start. Yeah, we are online now. Good morning, Beatriz. Good morning, people who follow us on YouTube as well. We are here for another immersion in English with me as a facilitator. We start with a short explanation about the platform. So, Talk and Talk is a platform of languages where you can practice and you can learn different languages such as English, Spanish, Italian, French, Mandarin, Portuguese, I think that German and others that are going to start the next year. Something crucial about this explanation and about the platform is that it is not a regular class of English. We are not going to learn the grammatical part or grammatical expression of the language. We are just going to use the information or the knowledge that we already acquired so far. um, I am here as a student as well. I am here just for guiding or leading the conversation. I just I just browsed a specific topic to the table to try to create a real conversation in English. Okay, so we normally start with a brief self-presentation. In my personal opinion, it is good. With that, we can use it as a warm-up in order to let our minds know that we are switching to another language. And that's it. A little bit about the platform, and we are going to start with our self-presentation. Okay. So, Beatriz, would you mind introducing yourself to us?
Yes, my name is Beatriz. I am from São Paulo, Brazil, but I live in Portugal has 1 year, have 1 year, with my husband and my daughter. And I need to improve my English because I I will participate to interviews in other language.
Thanks so much, Beatriz, and welcome to my immersions. I will be guiding immersion at 6 p.m. just for just in December. Then I'm gonna return to my regular immersion. That it's just it's on Fridays 2 p.m. and in English. Sundays 7 p.m. 7 a.m. in French. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'm gonna do my presentation. So I am Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. However, I currently live in Brazil, in Curitiba, Paraná. I'm 36 years old. I work as a tech lead in IT area. I became tech lead this year. I was working as a full stack software developer before becoming a tech lead. So let me see what else. I am an English host here. I started 3 months ago as a English host, and then I became French host as well. I am trying to learn French as well because, as you, I would like to start giving interviews in English and in French because I would like to move to Canada. So that's why I I am trying to learn French as well. And I'm here as well because I need to enhance my English skills. And that's it a little bit about me. So we finish with our self presentation. We are gonna move on to our today's immersion. As I already said, it will be uh, our dream job. We are gonna talk about jobs. So let's move on to the question number one. Okay. So the question number one goes like this: what field or industry does your perfect job belong to, and why does it interest you? What do you think about it, Beatriz?
Okay, I think my perfect job is in operation management because I like improving process and work with teams to manage goals.
Yeah, that's great. Sorry, can you repeat again the area? I think that I didn't get that word. How was the first thing that you said?
It's operational managing. In my
Okay.
last job, I was administrative manager.
Okay, administrative manager. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you so much for sharing, Beatrice. So, in my case, I think that I like to work with technology. I think that it's every single day it's interesting because every single day I need to learn something new. So I think that it makes it interesting to work in this area, and just the fact to create new things, to provide new solution for people or help people with new solutions with new technology, it's something that drive me to continue working in this area. But lately I've been thinking about working in educational area as well because I am loving like learning new languages. French is my fourth one, so I don't think it really so much about learning a new one. That it will be my fifth language. And with that experience, I would like to share that knowledge with others. I know that there are a lot of people or influencers who do this kind of content, like sharing stories in different languages or sharing acknowledge or ways for of learning new languages on different different social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But I never seen a Bolivian guy doing that. So as I already said, I am Bolivian, and I think that it would be good for, in my case, that there is not a lot of Bolivian doing this kind of content. Maybe I could approach more people of my country with that content. I think about doing that. So maybe I will become like a virtual teacher in the future. I would say that I enjoy more this journey than working with technology, but it's kind of interesting. So I am thinking about it. And that's it about me. So let's move on to the question number two.
I would like
What is
working with technology.
sorry, go ahead. Could you please repeat that question?
I would like working with technology because it's interesting linked for another areas.
Mhm.
I would like this.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And something interesting about technology as well is that you don't need to be like so technical guy for or you don't need to have that technical knowledge of the technology if you want to work in the field. Because, for example, for a doctor who don't know almost anything about technology, but there is a project who works in medical area or in a medical specific thing, that software or that solution will need a guy who knows about the business, who knows about the how it works behind the stage. So a doctor could go to the tech area not directly but indirectly, but he or she will be working in the area anyway. So it's not that I won't say that it's not that hard, but it's not impossible to a person who don't know about the tech area to be part of this field. So or if you want to learn something so technical as well, I know about a lot of people who did kind of career transition, and now they are working in the field. So it's a good choice, I would say, because you can work from home. You can. sorry, you can learn you can earn in dollars or in a different currency, and there are a lot of benefits I think nowadays working in IT area. For example, I currently work from home. The desk of my job is in Sao Paulo, but I live in Curitiba. So I think that it would be good for you if you would like if you would like to move or make a career transition. So let's move on to the question number two. I'm gonna continue with you, Beatrice. What specific role or position would you like to have in this job, in the dream job?
Yes. I would like to be an operations manager, leading teams and making process better.
Got it. So you will buy you will like to be the leader or the head of a different group of people. Do you think that do you think that leadership is kind of thing that you can learn, or every single person would be able to be a leader?
Uh, if I learned this,
No,
is your
if
question?
no, if it's possible to be a leader, uh, if everybody is ready to be a leader, or it's a skill that you need to learn.
I think it's possible. I be a leader because I went in my uh, two I went in my two second jobs. The first I was in one company for once 11 years. In the last I went about 1 month. I was financial manager, and the two I lead some teams. In administrative manager, I was I managing financial, human resources, tax, compliance, and working together operational for improving process. I think this is possible.
Yeah, thank you so much. So you have experience working as a leader. It's a good. Um, and do you think that it's difficult to manage people? Do you think, or do you see it's kind of challenging at the beginning, or it's something that you you don't have any problems?
Nowadays, a new challenge because enroll people different or activities, tasks, and all days is a challenge. But I like this because I I always person uh, improve something or learning alone. Also, I like it because I learned others and I learned too. I like it to learn.
Yeah,
I don't
as a
like
leader, go ahead, go ahead.
stay in the same time all time, the
Yeah,
same thing.
I I think that when you will become a leader, it's a time that you will be learning. every day, and you will have to share it with your colleagues or with your team. So it's a big responsibility. And as you said, I think that being a leader is not that easy, because when we were with persons, every single person is different. We have different mindset, and sometimes can become like like tricky. So I work as a leader as well nowadays. I started this year, and it's been kind of difficult to me. Like really find out how is it, why what is it about, and as well to learn how to manage people, how to communicate with them, how to try to help them. It's I think that when you become a leader, you stop thinking about yourself, and you start thinking more about themselves, about them. And I think that it's something, and as you said, I think that leadership is something that we can learn by experience, or by learning as well, by studying different or taking some courses, specific courses about leadership. And that's it. I think that we responded to question number two, and let's move on to the question number three. So, well, in my personal opinion, yeah, I think I didn't answer the question number two. Uh, Specific role, I think that I'm happy with my current job, with my current role. I would like to learn more about it. As just said, I just became a leader, and I would like to learn more about it, and maybe someday perform the same role, but in a different project, maybe in a different company. So I think that it will be a good experience. So let's move on to the question number three. So, what skills and qualification are required for your ideal job? What do you think about it, Beatrice?
Okay. I think the job needs skills in team management, process, data analysis, and tools like Excel and BI.
Yeah, it's good to know that you mentioned some soft skills and hard skills, because the soft skills are those that are like a part of us, I don't know how, behavioral skills, and the others one are the technical one. You said Power BI and Excel, and it's good to know that you have to combine both in order to use them or get that dream job that we are pursuing. In my case, it's kind of the same. I think that communication is a skill that it's a soft skill. Another one is English, so it's like a combination. You need to convey really well your ideas in a different language for my dream job, because I would like to move to work for an international or multinational company or in another country, or an English speaking country. So for that, I need to have a good English level to communicate myself or express myself properly. Another one, so in my personal case, there are a lot of hard skills. It will be C sharp, that is a language of programming. I think that nowadays microservices and different techniques of developing software are in the trend. So I'm gonna mention just some of them. Microservices, TDD, that it's test-driven development. That is a technique of developing software that is required in it's been required in every single interview that I just did. I just
Mhm.
done. So another one. Let me see what else. Solid principles and design patterns. There are some hard skills that I need to master if I want to finally reach that dream that is working in a multinational or in another country. Um, that's it. So we already answered the question number three, and let's move on to the fourth one. So, what type of work environment do you prefer? Remote, office-based, or hybrid? What do you think about it, Beatrice?
I prefer hybrid. Just
A
say
hybrid?
hybrid work.
It's like a combination. Some days in your home and some days in the desk or in the office.
I prefer a hybrid work every month. It gives me a flexible, but also allows team interaction.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Beatrice. I think that so having that flexibility gives you the chance to do different things and don't lose time in the commuting, for example. I'm really happy to work from home because when I want to study something, I just have to, for example, I finish my the period of my job, or and then I start studying directly here in the same desk. I don't need to go to take a bus or drive my car, and I think that it's amazing what is just happened since pandemic because this kind of work started from when the pandemic started. So I think that it's been so beneficial for some areas, some fields. And in my personal case, I really love working offline and remote. In my case, it would be the perfect job would be 100% remote. Even though sometimes in my current position I need to go to my desk that is in Sao Paulo to some reunions, so to attend some reunions or meetings, important meetings. But it is just 3 or 4 times every year. So and then I stay here in my home. So I think that the same scheme would be perfect in my future or in my dream job.
Mhm.
So
Never work.
we already.
I don't work remote.
Mhm,
Never.
got it. Oh, okay. So, do you think that it would be good for you, maybe working from home, or you would prefer a hybrid in your next job?
I prefer hybrid, but I don't experience a remote.
Yeah, at the beginning it's kind of difficult to get used to it, but then you will love it, I'm sure.
One
But
week in
uh-huh,
pandemic time,
uh-huh,
I need a holiday,
mhm,
and I stay 1 week in house.
mhm.
It's a bad experience because I I don't rest. I worked a lot in the
Uh,
house and in my job.
yeah, I totally agree with that because sometimes when we do that switch and we stay at home, some our relatives or yeah, our relatives, familiares, I forgot how to say familiares in English. Yeah, it's our relatives or our family. They don't understand that we are working at the beginning. They think that we are here, we are ready to do different tasks in our homes, like I don't know, preparing the meal, or going to the shopping, or going to the supermarket. And at the beginning, I think that for our relatives, or if you have children, for example, they don't understand that you are working at home. They think that in their minds before they thought that going to work mean going out of your home. So I think that it's kind of difficult at the beginning. You said maybe you had to work uh, harder at that time just because you were in your home and you had to do your task of your job and the task of your home as well. So yeah, that happens at the beginning. So but then they get used to, and you find a way to do it, and don't try and don't work so hard as you said. And that's it. So let's move on to the question number 5. What qualities do you value most in a boss or leader in your perfect job? What do you think about it, Beatrice?
For me, a boss propor uh, delegate well, help the ground, and gives good feedback.
Yeah, it's. I couldn't agree more with you. I think that feedback is important. I know that there are some places where you don't get feedback. In my personal opinion, feedback is crucial for professional and personal growing. And another thing that I would like to add, it would be a boss who has empathy, um, who understands your personal problems as well, because some bosses think that we are like machines. So we need to work in a place where people where our superiors know that we are not machines, we are human beings, and we have our problems, we have our trials. And I think that a boss who has empathy, it would be good for my in my dream job.
I understand. I
Um,
agree with you.
yeah.
I I didn't pursue empathic some situation. For
Mhm.
example, mothers. I How do you say eu me tornei?
Internei no hospital.
Não, eu me tornei. Eu fiquei.
I became.
I became empathy for with mothers
Hmm.
when I became mother
Oh, got it.
because you stay in situation and you see the other things in your context.
Hmm. Yeah, I know that it's. I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but I know about a lot of cases here in Brazil about women who got pregnant, and then I think that their jobs, they started thinking about firing them, because obviously they will have to have some legal benefits that like is like some months of pregnancy. And I think that this is not good for the industry, and they prefer to fire them instead of keeping them and giving them their benefits. I know that already happened in a lot of companies here in Brazil, and that happens as well in Bolivia. And it's sad, because I think that those industries, or those company, they don't understand they don't consider their employees like human beings, because getting pregnant is something natural, it's something normal. So it wouldn't be like that, like preferring firing people just for women in this case, for that situation. So yeah, I think that it would be really hard for some women. um that's it. I think that we already answered the question number 5. So let's move on to the question number 6.
Uh,
And this question number 6 go.
it's difficult. I I worked in this position. I a little teenage. Don't think, but woman jovem is a teenager.
Mhm.
It's difficult. Improve
Yeah,
your ideas in the media for men's.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you, Beatrice. So let's read the question number 6. Okay, okay. How important is work-life balance in your ideal career? How is it for you? How do you consider? How important do you consider work-life balance?
I think work-life balance is very important for my productive and well-being. It is key for a long-term career.
Do you think that you currently have that work life balance in your current position? Are you working now? Are you working now?
No,
Okay. Okay,
I
got it.
um, have 1 month.
Okay, got it. Got it. Uh, I totally agree with you. I think that having that kind of balance between personal and work life, it's essential. I think that nowadays is something that a lot of people are pursuing or seeking, because I think that although we have or you find a job opportunity with a high salary, for example, I think it doesn't. I forgot the word in English. I think that it is not worthy. Okay, it is not worthy if you don't have that balance between your job and your personal life. I know about some friends who have a high salary, but they don't have time for their personal things. They need to be always ready to fix something on their jobs or have some important meetings. So they are working kind of 20 hours every day. So I I think that I will, although it was a high salary position, I wouldn't take it if it would be like that, like working all of the day and not having time for my family or for my personal things. Or I think that it's something that it's not for me. I really need that balance in my dream job.
Mhm.
And that's it about the question number 6. Let's move on to the question number 7. What is your preferred level of teamwork versus independent work in this role? Uh, what is your preferred level of
Seven.
teamwork versus independent work in this role? Let me see if I understood this question in the right way. Do you have your answer for this question?
What is the level of teamwork versus independent work? Okay. I prefer 1 minute.
Go ahead, no problem.
I prefer of teamwork and independent work. I like to collaborate and also focus on strategic tasks. Yeah, I think team is good, but teamwork is good, but the person have your responsibility, your activities for growth. Are you listening?
Yeah, I listen to you. Okay. You already finished your answer, right?
Sorry, I don't understand.
You already answered that question. You finished
I
your response.
yes.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I think that it's in my personal opinion, it's kind of the same like yours. Sometimes, well, in my area, it's kind of impossible to work independently because creating software alone is kind of impossible because there are a lot of things that you have to do if you want to finish a specific software application. So you have to work in a team all of the time. But there are sometimes that I prefer to work in the alone or independent because I think that it depends on your job. If you have the collaboration that you mentioned it from your team, it's good. But there are sometimes that we don't have that. We have a team that it's just waiting to you to do all of the hard work. So in that case, I would prefer to work independently and have to, all of the responsibility on me, but the product would be just mine. So I totally agree with that. But nowadays, I think that it's 50-50. I like to work in team, with my in teams, and as well alone. So it's like a balance as well. So let's move on to the question number 8. Okay, what salary or benefit would make this job truly perfect for you? Do you have any salary range in mind?
Yes, I think it's a good salary, health benefits, and the chance for continuous professional growth would be perfect.
Yeah, I completely agree with you about the part that you said. Because working in a place is not just about the salary. You said something that it's important, that it's the professional growth. There are some places who offers you a good salary, but they will keep you in the same position for a long time. But there's another kind of jobs that will offer you a professional career. For example, they will offer you some courses, some diplomas, some extra studies that maybe you can take in with them, and then you will be going further and further, and you will like scaling to different position in the same company. So I think that it's something that you have to evaluate before deciding to move to another place, to another job. Um, I know that you are living in Portugal now. What is a salary that you would consider a good salary for you in Portugal, for example?
Here is the most difficult to say
Hmm.
because, in general, the companies can pay one minimum salary,
Hmm.
but for living here, I living here, it's it's good to salary minimum for the most, €2,000
Hmm.
is
Got it.
is
So, mhm,
is you live comfortable here.
mhm. Yeah, I think that there's the difference between Brazil and Portugal, because here in Brazil with the minimum salary, I think that it's impossible to live here. You don't you cannot pay your bills, your rent. It's the difference between Europe and South America, I would say.
Here is near this because the houses, the supermarket, a
Hmm.
lot of expensive. In specific
Thanks so
here,
much. Go ahead, go ahead. Sorry. Um, for how long have you been living there in Portugal? For how long?
1 year.
Ah, 1 year.
Yes,
You just moved there.
yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Beatriz. So about me, I think that the perfect salary living here in Brazil it would be at least 20,000 reals per month. Or if I move to another place for like Canada, I think that I would be happy with a salary about 60,000 or $70,000.
Mhm.
I think that with that kind of salary, I would be really content, I would say.
And
And
how long
go
how
ahead.
long time you live in Brazil?
In Brazil, I think I'm gonna complete 3 years the next year. I've been living here for two already.
What time?
2 years already.
2 years. Ah,
Two
okay.
years. Mm-hmm. 2 years. Uh, and about what was something that you mentioned it about the professional growth, I would try to find a place where I could grow professionally as well. I think that it's good. You need to find those kind of opportunities. That's it about the question number eight. So let's move on to the ninth one. So the ninth one goes like this. Uh, how would this job allow you to grow professionally and personally? Oh, it's related to something that we just mentioned. It. What do you think about it?
This job would help me improve my leadership skills and expand my knowledge in job position.
Yeah, I think that as well. Trying to find a job where you can face challenges, a job that challenges you about growing, learning new things, applying new things, maybe learning new things. For example, learning a new language. It would be so challenging, or interacting with people in another language is kind of challenging as well. I already had that experience here in Brazil because I had to learn Portuguese, and I have to communicate with my colleagues in Portuguese, and I think that it would be good to do the same in English someday. And if there is the possibility, maybe in another language, it would be really nice. As well, maybe in my personal case, working in different areas in different kind of softwares. I would like to have the opportunity to work in the game industry because with the skills that I currently have, that is coding, I think that I would be able to work in the gaming industry, maybe being part of a game, coding something interesting about this game because I always love it playing video games, and it would be nice to be part of the creation of on a new or the development of a game. I think that it would be
A lot
my
interesting.
go ahead.
A lot interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I had that dream, but I'm not sure if my wife will be happy with that because she doesn't like me playing video games. And when every time that I try to explain her that it will be my job creating the games, not playing the games, I think that she doesn't want to understand that part.
Are you speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, French?
Yeah, I currently speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, and French. I think that I am in a good level now. I lead French immersion here in the platform as well.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the last questions. Uh, with that question, we will finish our today's immersion. So, what impact or contribution would you like to make in your perfect job? What do you think about it?
I want to improve the company's efficiency by making processes faster and helping the company grow.
Yeah, that's a good one. Have you ever thought about maybe leaving like a legacy in a place? For example, someday you will leave your company or your job, but they will always remember something special that you did in that place. That I think that is a legacy. I would like to do that. I would like to, for example, if someday I leave my current position or my current the current company that I work in, maybe someday they will remember a project that I finished, or maybe something that I special that I did here. uh, I think that it will be nice to do, and sharing as well my knowledge with others, contributing with my knowledge, with my experience, They always maybe make them always remember that there was a Bolivian guy who worked there, and that guy taught something special there, or finished part of the software there. I think that kind of legacy is something that I would like to do in or that kind of impact that I would like to make in my next positions, in my current one as well, because I think that I grew so much in my current position here in Brazil, and I would like to if I someday I leave this place, I would like to leave this kind of legacy, or make this kind of impact with my colleagues, or in my, yeah, with my team, or with my in my colleagues. And that's it. I think that finish with our today's subject, and it is the time where we can share how was our experience in this immersion, or maybe if you want to share something that you learned, maybe if you learn new words, new something in the question, or maybe something interesting that you found in this immersion. This is the time that you can share your experience. So go ahead, Beatrice. How was it for you? How was the immersion for you?
The immersion was interesting. I understand a lot if you speak and learned about uh, other perspectives, jobs, and your experience. Thank you for this. I liked it. And you.
Thank you so much, Beatrice, for your feedback. I'm very happy that you understood all of the things that I said. I know that sometimes I tend to speak fastly, but when we are just two people, I prefer to speak slowly, because when we are so many people, I need to speak rapidly, because I have to move to another question, and to another person, and that's I think that makes me speak fastly. But I'm happy that you enjoyed the conversation, and I totally agree with you. I think that it's the magic of this kind of immersion, because we can learn from others' experiences. We can see different perspectives, or different ways to explain the same thing that maybe that we wanted to explain, but in different ways. And I really liked as well you here in my immersion. So thanks so much for being here. I hope to see you in my next one. Tomorrow I have another immersion at 6 p.m. I think that's it for today. Thanks so much again for being here. I hope you found this immersion interesting. I think that we can finish our immersion today, so I will wish you a wonderful day. I hope to see you in my next immersion. Have a good day.